Cathy Thomas. Joining me is Alan T., the founder and owner of TOC, a modern Chinese restaurant in Old Towne Orange. He's going to share the secrets of his luscious pan-fried pork potstickers, drizzled with yuzu butter. Lucky. I'm downright lucky. Oh, I'm so excited. Tell me what makes your potstickers so irresistible.
So I think it really starts with the quality of our dumpling ingredients. We start with all organic ingredients, so that's down to the pork, the soy sauce, the dough. We make this delicious yuzu butter sauce that has become one of our more signature sauces at the restaurant, and it just goes great taking that dumpling to the next level.
I can hardly wait. Let's get started.
All right, so we're gonna start by making the dough.
Okay.
Over here we just have a low ash, all-purpose flour. So you were asking me earlier, what is an ideal dumpling dough? And yes, you want to use an all-purpose flour, but you want to find something that has a low ash rate, and that really brings that beautiful whiteness to the dumpling dough when it's finished and cooked. So to make pot stickers, you're actually going to use boiling hot water, and that's going to help shock the dough and add a little bit more crispiness to the skin when you pan fry it. So I'm just going to incorporate this for a little bit.
And I know you're going to create a beautiful dough here, but can I take a shortcut at home and use store-bought wrappers?
Yes, you can totally use store-bought wrappers. You want to look for a dumpling wrapper and not a wonton wrapper in this case. So.
And you're being kind of aggressive with this. You're pinching it and teaching it who's boss.
Yeah. Now we're going to chill it down with just some room temperature water. Just needs a little bit more water, not much. Okay. We're going to take this, get this in the mixer now that it's all incorporated, and then we'll let it rest while we build our dumpling filling. 4 or 5 minutes at most, just until I see a dough ball. All right, so this is our final dough. We had it in the mixer for about 4 or 5 minutes, and if you want to feel that dough, it's nice and soft, incorporated. You know, I usually like to mix it until a dough ball forms and it's not sticking anymore. So from here, we're going to put it in this bowl. We're just going to cover that now and let it rest while we build our dumpling filling.
Filling, here we go.
So here we go. So today we are making a pan-fried pork pot sticker. So your first ingredient is going to be pork shoulder, or also known as pork butt. And it is a 4-to-1 ratio for the pork and the pork back fat. So I would say about 1 part green cabbage. Some of the ingredients we use for our seasoning are a organic miso, a classic Chinese ingredients. It's just green onions and ginger that I put into a food processor and blitz that. And this really gives it that, you know, Chinese aromatics that you're used to. So we're going to put in some garlic, because who doesn't like garlic? Organic soy sauce. Okay. And this is sesame oil. Just a little bit of sesame oil. Black pepper. You can also use white pepper. Okay. And sea salt.
The aroma is delicious.
Yeah, so you can really start smelling those aromatics from the ginger, the soy sauce, the sesame oil, and the garlic. We don't want a filling that's too dense, so we're going to add a little bit of that tap water. Here's an interesting technique that the old school Chinese chefs would use to incorporate and mix their dumpling dough. They would actually take a large portion of this. I don't know if you're going to like me doing this in your house, but they would slap it in the bowl. Have you seen that technique before?
Show me.
So this is... They would literally just do like that, and you see how it splatters?
Yes.
And really helps that filling mix. So this is something you see the old school Chinese chefs do, and they would do this for 20 or 30 minutes until they felt that everything was incorporated. And when they did it in the restaurants, you could really hear it. They would do it on a flat surface, and you would hear this loud splatter, this loud pounding noise. It really does a good job of getting that mix incorporated.
I've never seen that technique. I'm very excited to learn how to do that.
Awesome. All right, so we are now ready to make our yuzu butter sauce. It starts by melting 2 sticks of butter, which we've already gotten a head start on, and then you want to just kind of let it cool down. You don't want it boiling hot. Next, we're going to be cracking our eggs, so we need 2 egg yolks.
Look at the color of those yolks.
Yeah, these are organic eggs.
Those are really nice eggs.
Here you go. You're going to throw 1, 2 yolks. And then we're going to put just a pinch of hot water in there. This is something you can find in most Asian grocery stores. Yuzu extract. Slowly pour in our butter. You know, you can do this by hand, but it's just 1,000 times easier to use a blender. Okay, perfect. And we're gonna just season that with some salt to taste and a little bit of pepper.
Oh, it's beautiful, Chef. And I think part of the allure is the aroma. The yuzu is so floral and so tempting.
Next, we can start building our dumplings. So let's check on our dumpling dough. Let's get some flour on the board. Yeah, it's really good dough. It's nice and soft. It's gonna be really easy to work with. Sorry for making a mess in your kitchen.
Not a problem. That's what I like to have done in my kitchen.
We're just gonna get this into a nice cylinder. Let's see. And we're looking for about 10 grams. I think that should be pretty close. So now we're gonna make these into balls. And we're gonna start making our wrappers.
So you roll it one way and then you turn it and roll it the other way.
Yeah, that's just to try to keep the circle, you know, nice and consistent. We want a nice round circle. You want to give it a shot?
Sure.
All right.
All right.
There you go. So you're gonna press that down. Yep.
Okay, a little bit this way, and then I'm gonna turn it and do it this way.
That's
Don't
perfect. Just
stick.
until you get to the circle that you need. A little more flour is okay. That's perfect.
Is that good?
Yep. And then now we can start wrapping our dumplings. That's going to be roughly about a full spoonful like that.
They're generous.
Yeah, they're generous. Okay, so push that down into the dough. And then you're just going to fold it in half. Really simple. You're just going to crimp the tops just like that.
No pleats?
No pleats. No pleats. Pot stickers are simple. We just pinch them really good. That way, as it cooks, the juices aren't going to boil out. And then from there, you're going to pull it and stretch it just like that. They should look like that. Just nice long pot stickers. Perfect.
That good?
Mm-hmm. That is perfect.
And then you want to stand it up because you want a flat bottom,
You want
right?
a flat bottom, yep. And I'm just going to kind of evenly distribute that pork filling. That way when we cook it, they cook evenly. You don't get any raw patches in the center.
Ah, good tip.
Okay. So we want to increase the surface area on the bottom to get maximum crispiness.
And that caramelization tastes good.
Yeah.
And the contrast in the texture is really pleasing.
Mm-hmm. You get that crispy bottom, that chewy dough, that meaty inside. Okay.
I've never stretched a pot sticker like that.
Let's make a few more of these and we're ready to get cooking. So we're going to use a non-stick frying pan.
Right.
We're going to get our heat going. Good amount of oil. We're actually going to put the pot stickers in the pan. Mm-hmm. Then we're going to add some water because we need to cook the dough. And that's going to allow the pot stickers to steam and fry themselves all at the same time. Just a little bit of water. Then we're going to throw a lid on it. And then we're going to do high heat for the first 3 minutes, and then we're going to drop it real low for the remaining 5 or 6 minutes uncovered. So we're going to let them steam first, and then we want that water to evaporate and get out of there.
Right.
All right, so I think our dumplings are done steaming at least. They're probably going to need a few more minutes to fry, but we're going to want to take the lid off. We're going to just let that water evaporate, turn the heat down to kind of more of a medium. And then from here, the oil will take over. So we're going to add a little bit more oil. Oil is going to boil out that water. Over here, I have furikake, which is kind of a blend of seaweed, different seaweeds, and sesame seeds, black and white.
And that's Japanese, right?
That's Japanese, yes. And then over here, to go with the whole yuzu theme, over here, we just have some micro chives that we chopped up. And then this is topiko caviar. So it's not, from sturgeon. It's this is classic Japanese style caviar. It's actually from a flying fish. So it's flying fish roe. They call it topiko caviar.
And I think it's delicious.
It's so good. I did a kids dumpling class last week for 3 to 7 year olds, and we made 4 different types of dumplings. We made wontons, siumai, pot stickers, and soup dumplings, but we made them out of Play-Doh. And it was the cutest thing. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah, crazy, but a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like our pot stickers are pretty much done. I'm gonna turn off the heat. I always like to place the crispy side facing up, just like that. They look great. So we have this yuzu butter that we finished. We're just gonna put that very generously right on top of our dumplings. Then we're gonna top that with some micro chives. Some furikake for that umami flavor we're looking for. Generous amount of topiko caviar.
Look at that.
As little or as much as you
Oh,
like.
Alan, that's just absolutely gorgeous. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.
Thank you.
Here's a quick tip from Melissa's. Candy pecans are delicious tossed into green salad or eaten out of hand as an oh-so-tasty snack. Some prefer using the oven, but I prefer the stovetop method. Depending on how I intend to use them, I sometimes add medium coarse pepper to the sugar and salt mixture. Feel free to omit the pepper if you prefer. Have a sheet pan next to the stove so when the nuts are glossy and crisp, they have some place to land. Store the cooled nuts airtight. They're good chopped and put on fresh fruit. They can be utilized in everything from green beans to adorning a big slab of chocolate cake. My favorite way to use them is in a green salad with fresh pears and a blue cheese vinaigrette. The choice is yours. Get the recipe at cathythomascooks.com. The pear salad with candied pecans recipe will be there too.